Hello and welcome. I am DEJI360. Senator Abdul Ningi, the senator representing Bauchi Central Senatorial District in the Nigerian Senate, caused a storm in the upper chamber recently when he alleged that the 2024 national budget of the country was heavily padded to the tune of 3.7 trillion naira. Now, Ningi had said in an interview with the BBC House of Service that the budget passed by the National Assembly for the 2024 fiscal year was 25 trillion naira, while the one being implemented by the presidency was 28.7 trillion. Now, recall that President Bola Tinubu actually had proposed 27.5 trillion, but the lawmakers jacked it up by 1.2 trillion naira. Of course, Senator Ningi's colleagues did not take the allegations lying low at all, and when the Senate convened for plenary during the week, Ningi was asked to defend himself and provide evidence that indeed the 2024 budget was padded. This was, of course, after Senator Solomon Adola Olamilekon now of Ogun West Senatorial District and the chair of the Finance and Appropriation Committee had given this explanation over the 3.7 trillion naira Senator Ningi had alleged was used to pad the budget. Take a listen to him.
From paragraph 7-8 are the breakdown of the budget, which we call the budget details of the entire MDAs. And when you add this figure together as contained in this document for the entire MDAs, it comes to 25.4 trillion naira. Sir, there are agencies of the government whose budgets and their details are not contained in these two documents because they are statutory agencies and their money are on first line charge. Agencies such as one, the judiciary. The judiciary budget details is not contained in this document. Two, the National Assembly. The National Assembly budget details is not contained in this document. Three, INEC. The INEC budget details is not contained in this document. Four, UBEC, the Universal Basic Education. The Universal Basic Education budget details is not contained in this document. Six, TED Fund. The TED Fund recurrent and capital details is not contained in this budget. Seven, the Northeast Development Commission. The breakdown of the Northeast Development Commission details is not contained in this budget. Eight, the NDDC. The NDDC budget details is not contained in this document. Nine, the GOEs, which is the government-owned enterprise, whose expenditure stood at 1 trillion and 60 billion naira. Their details is not contained in this document. When you add all of that together, it gives you 3.221 trillion naira. And when you add it to the 25.4, it gives you 28.77 trillion naira. And it's no new thing. I have here a copy of the last three budget that was passed, 2021, 2022, 2023. All the details of these agencies I've mentioned are not contained in this document. So for my brother who have put up a consultant to look into this budget and have reported that 25 trillion was approved by the Senate, it's not been fair to the...
Well, Senator Ningi was thereafter asked to defend his allegation and provide the hard evidence to back up his claim. But unfortunately, he simply kept beating about the bush over the subject matter. Take a listen to some of what he said.
We discovered some senatorial districts in this particular document. Some senatorial districts have up to 120 billion. And my senatorial district has just 2 billion. Mr. President. Yes. Mr. President, in this budget that Yari presented to you, I have facts. Mr. President, as I speak to you, Mr. President, as I speak to you, I do not know your take-home pay. You know my own. I do not know the take-home pays of any of the principal officers. Mr. President, as I speak, I know within the budgetary provisions, you made available funds for purchase of cars. Mr. President, I don't know how much you spent on your cars, and the other principal officers.
I want Nigerians to know that what the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, presented to us in a joint sitting end of November 2023 for consideration was 27.5 trillion. So at no time did the President present 25 trillion. Now, the presidency has even come to clarify that. And if there is any addition to the budget, it's in the sum of 1.2 trillion. And he has, the removal of the motion has given us the breakdown of where the additions went to. And also, for me, that you are saying you have, you don't know how many aides the Senate President has. You don't know how many aides the Senate President has that is in the budget. We haven't seen the areas in the budget where the aides of the senators and Senate Presidents are listed out. No matter what we want to discuss here, this is not the speech I expected. I expected a speech of somebody who would say, oh, I was misquoted. Oh, I'm sorry for this or that. Oh, the misinterpretation was this. But you went back to Arise yesterday night and justified your position and went further to say you have documents. Even now in front of this Senate, you say you have documents. And those documents are with you.
Well, eventually the big hammer fell on Senator Ningi there, and of course he was suspended for 3 months. But make no mistake, his allegations, even though wild and not proven, has done a lot of damage to the national legislature and the country as a whole. Well, joining me now to discuss this whole issue further is Senate Spokesperson Senator Yemi Adaramodu. Distinguished Senator, thank you very much for joining us. First off, how would you respond to insinuations that the Senate actually decided to impose that suspension on Senator Ningi now, just as a way of covering up over these allegations?
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Well, I don't think anybody reasonably can say that one. Because when the allegation was made, we did not even ask questions from him only at an executive session of the Senate. We did not even do it only at the plenary. We did it openly. We engaged television services of Nigerian television stations, which are beaming globally, that everybody should look at it, see it, weigh it, and judge it. We asked our questions openly, and then he had his own time to defend and to prove all allegations. Then where is the carpet that we are sweeping everything under? Number one, there is even no carpet in the Senate, and then there's no place to sweep anything under. If we want to sweep it under the carpet, we would have just heard of all those allegations. We will not react. We just become somehow numb about it, and then we will not even ask questions from him. And if we want to ask questions from him, it's going to be done in the bowels of the National Assembly. We didn't do that because we wanted to give him fair hearing. And then we wanted all Nigerians to see it. Nigerians, even beyond Nigeria shores, to see it and to hear it, and to view it, and to hear from us and hear from him, and for him to submit any kind of evidence, be it formal and informal, to substantiate his allegations of budget padding. He could not prove that one. He was even shifting grants. He started changing the topic. He started saying that he did not use the word padding. He started saying that he was not even representing Northern Senators Forum. He started saying he was not even representing PDP. He started saying that it was his observation. Then we said, okay, if you have observation, and then bring up your observation. You have already brought the observation to the notice of the Senate President initially. And the Senate President told you in the presence of other senators, especially from the North, that, okay, you have it, and you said that you have an expert, a budget expert, who has assisted you in putting up, exhuming dead bodies that had been buried holiday somewhere else within the budget. They said, okay, bring it up. Let us see it. Then we will now present it to the Senate. You didn't bring anything up again. The next thing was that you now went to the media, BBC Hausa session, now to tell the people. And moreover, even if you want to tell Nigerians anything, are you going to tell Nigerians in the sectional radio station? Because are you saying that it's only those people that can speak Hausa are Nigerians? What about the Yoruba, those ones that speak Yoruba or Ijo or Efik or Ibibio or Igbo or Anga or TV? So what about those people? It means that you had already been fanning the embers of ethnicity with that your allegation. And because you did not even wait to even bring it forth to the Senate President who told you, bring all the evidences. And for you to not have waited to even bring it under privileges in the Senate, then it means that there's a game that you want to play. And then when you started playing your game, we did not even take you as somebody who has played a bad game. We still said, okay, bring it forth to the National Assembly, bring it to the Senate. We sit down there, we will open it up. But we suggested, look, Nigerians are already awash with all this kind of solid information and their stories. So let it be beamed openly and publicly. Let everybody seize this thing and then let them make their judgment. So we did so. He defended himself. Then senators were given opportunities, several, not 10, not 20, not 30. They raised up their hands. The Senate President called them. They talked about it. We debated it. We discussed it. And then when you could not even prove it, then the Senate had to. And there is no way where there is no reprimand for any misdemeanor, then it means that a misdemeanor will continue to fester. And especially things that touch on the issue of criminal activities or actions by any sector of the government or even by an individual. So that's why we have to leniently give him that kind of it's not even a judgment. It's like a kind of action from the Senate that the reputation, the integrity of the members of the National Assembly, not only the Senate, even that of the House of Representatives, but because budgets are not made only by the Senate. Budgets are made by the two chambers, the House of Representatives and that of the Senate, even when we are not talking about the executive. So it's a tripartite issue. So for bringing those people to disrepute, then we have to take some little actions. That's why our distinguished colleague was suspended for 3 months.
Now, one thing that is at the heart of this whole drama is the issue of constituency projects. I mean, watching the debate and everything that took place in the Senate.
No. It's not the constituency project. It's not the constituency project. Before now, years back, since the establishment of this National Assembly, when our new democracy started in 1999, there had always been constituency projects. Wait, there had always been constituency projects, and it has an amount fixed. It has never been increased since it had been given. Fixed, it is fixed. And that constituency project is they are projects that senators or House of Representatives members are given the opportunity to select and pick projects to be done in their constituencies by the ministries, departments or agencies of the federal government. It's not going to be done by the legislator himself. It's not going to be done by him or her. You only need to nominate, my constituency, maybe we have about 30 towns in the constituency. So constituency needs water. So constituency needs electricity. So constituency needs transformers. So constituency needs rural roads to be reconstructed or whatever. So that is what that one is for. And then it is not going to be administered by the legislator. And since it's not going to be administered by the legislator, and then it has an amount, fixed amount, from the time immemorial, it's fixed. Everybody knows it. So there's no way anybody can pad it. There's no way anybody can hide behind it.
So how would you then react to some of the comments from some senators who spoke at plenary saying some of them got 500 million naira, some got less and all of that?
No senator stood up to say that he got that. The senator that spoke about 500 million naira then said that he overheard that some ranking senators got 500 million naira budget support. He said he overheard it. It's not that a senator came out to say that, oh, I got 500 million naira. No senator said it because nobody was giving. If any senator was giving 500 million naira, they would have given me my own too. They would have. And so no senator stood up. The senator that spoke that day, that was Senator DEJI360, said he had, and that he even wanted to ask, because he too is a ranking senator. Why should one senator be giving something and he is not giving? It was a poser. He raised it. And there's no senator there that stood up and said that, oh, yes, I got 500 million naira, or I got an extra 20,000 naira outside the prescribed, the ones that were statutorily given to every senator's constituency, to every House of Representatives constituency.
Well, that was Senate spokesperson, Senator Yemi Adaramodu. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll try to put all of this together. I'll have some other guests join me on the program. Stay with us, don't go away.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians are saying in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI360, dissecting the issues.